Good evening, and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is October 6th, 2024. It is a Sunday. Wayne got in first. Yeah, Laurel's like, only because she let him. We're going to have a good show tonight. We almost always have a good show. Some are better than others. Some are better than others. Laurel says, looking good and sounds good. Fantastic. Fantastical. Fantastical. I was looking, I don't know. I don't know if I'll let my beard grow out this winter or not, or whether I'm going to shave it down. I'm about where I'm comfortable being. It's about as long as I generally like it. But I tend to keep it a little closer. I'm dealing with a jack wagon on here. Hold on, folks. Yeah, what kind of traditions are you talking about? Name one single tradition that isn't linked to slavery, segregation, and genocide of the native people. And he's fucking gone. He is fucking gone. See, this is off of the pronouns post I put up yesterday. Laurel says no longer than that on the beard. Yeah, I could do it, but it's like, no, I like it about an inch shorter, actually. I like it about an inch shorter. But this is the jackasses that are out there. Name what kind of, like, I'm talking about traditions. I said because he's talking about traditions and language and stuff. There's good traditions and bad traditions, and according to him, every fucking tradition is linked to slavery, segregation, and genocide of native peoples. Every tradition. He's a fucking idiot. So see you later, alligator. Gone. I warned him. I said, saying that all traditions are by default the same as slavery and segregation is intellectually bankrupt, and I don't think that my content may be suited for him. And he proved me right in the very next post. Name any tradition that isn't directly linked to slavery, segregation, and genocide of native peoples. Marriage? Oh, yeah, I forget. The Libbies on the left like to think that marriage is slavery, too. No, not really. To some degree or another, there was kind of some muddy water there, but as a rule, no, slavery was not marriage was not slavery. Waiting for folks to jump in. How many folks we got up in there right now? Boy, on fire. I'm on fire. There's only a couple of you. What the hell? I think Wayne saw it. Right, it's a partnership. And it's actually a partnership that benefits the woman in most cases, even traditionally benefits the woman. Showing 4? Yeah, I'm showing 3 here, but. Did you guys all see my pronouns post today? Yesterday. Yesterday. When I was young. Hey, Donna. 4 now. She's jumping in. Yeah, I'm still showing 3 on my end. I know there's more than that. Yesterday, when I was young. Seasons to be had, songs that should be sung. I wish I knew the words, but they're not on the top of my head. So then we get old, and eventually we'll be dead. Stop it! And say, no, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. So, okay, Laurel says, yes, she did. How about you, Wayne? Did you catch that? It's actually, I don't know if you were around when it was first published. That's actually it's a couple years old. So I don't know how long you've been following me. I'm moving some of the stuff up, and sometimes I tweak it just a little bit for modern times. Modern times isn't to fit now because some of the things had relevant to the particular time. This really didn't, but when you were young and your life was an open book, you used to say, "Live and let live." You know, okay, yeah. Did you get any of that rain from the hurricane? No, we didn't. We didn't. A couple days ago, we got scattered showers, but we didn't get, no. We're pretty clear up here. Wreak havoc, it did. Wreaked havoc. Not here. It did. Hey, Gus. Gus says, I'm giving it a try. May not last. Howdy from the chilly northern New Hampshire. Yeah, it's been cold. It got down into the 30s. It was like 39, 38, 39 here last night. And we're a good bit south of where Gus was. Wayne says we got 3 or 4 days of heavy rain off and on, then scattered showers for a few days. Yeah, that's about what it was here. It was nothing. Nothing that if not unusual for the weather patterns for this time of year. Gus says it's 32 right now. Oh, no, stop it. That's good fire pit weather, though. It's good fire pit weather. We've had fires in the pit 2 days running now. It was great. We love the heck out of that pit. Burns hot, burns efficient. Wayne says we got a lot of wind, too. Some places lost a few trees, but not really. Yeah, it's seasonal weather for up here. There was nothing that if you didn't know that there was a storm that went through, yeah, you wouldn't know that it was any different than a normal fall weather thing here. They wanted to know where Wayne was. He says just north of Cincinnati. Watch out for those turkeys from the helicopters. WKRP Cincinnati, the great turkey drop. Yeah, no, turkeys can't fly. I mean, they can fly. They can't fly. They're short distance. They can fly up to a treetop, and that's about it. But they're not going to. You throw turkeys out of a helicopter, and yeah, you're going to have some damage. Donna says, love that show. Yeah, no oldie but a goodie. Wayne says, spent 28 years in the Army trying to live that down. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. A great turkey drop. WKRP in Cincinnati. Wayne says, yeah, as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. Yeah, wasn't one of the guy that did it, didn't he say that? Yeah. Yeah. Well, they sort of can. They sort of can. It's like a chicken. You throw a chicken, they can't fly either. I mean, they fly, but they don't fly. They fly enough they can get to, a good strong turkey. He can run and he can kind of go and he can scoot a good ways and fly up into a tree and stuff like that. But yeah, they can't. They're not doing any real navigating through the air. They don't fly. They don't fly. Just enough to get them out of the way of predators. Doesn't help you when you're dropped from a helicopter. You don't think they can fly till one is chasing? Yeah. Well, no, that's different. That's different. Geese are the same way. Man, geese are some nasty things. Oh, my goodness. But geese can fly. Turkeys can't fly. They can't do it. Do it to it. Yeah. Well, are we ready? You want me to get started on the... Let me get you the particulars. Now, most of you are familiar with my write-up that I did on pronouns, right? Or do I need to read it so that those that are listening, it might be good if I read it. For those who are just listening now, who may not have seen it. Let me pull this up for y'all. Here we go. This is what it is. Hang on, folks. Pronouns are not titles. You can't earn them, buy them, nor choose them for yourself. You may choose a singular when referring to yourself, or you may use a singular when referring to yourself, such as I or me. But it is always a singular, non-gendered, generic. It is not a choice. And while you can prefer one or many, you cannot dictate that others use them. It is a linguistic standard. They are also not a prefix or title, like Mr., Mrs., Ms., etc. Furthermore, they are dictated by reality unless used satirically or as an insult, where they are used in opposition to reality. And the choice for their use is on the one using them, not the person they may be or may not be accurately reflecting. This is much like adjectives. We can describe ourselves to others as fast, funny, intelligent, sexy, and so on, which I am all of the above. I didn't write that, but it's... but you can't then realistically demand that the world parrot our choice adjectives. Yet the left and a good portion of society are trying to do that concerning pronouns. If you went back as little as 30 years and tried this hogwash, you would be laughed out of the room by everyone, from conservative to the far left. The outright ludicrous nature of it was self-evident and would have excuse me, let me try that again. The outright ludicrous nature of it was self-evident and would have roundly been denounced. But now, well, here we are. This is a linguistic battle aimed at disrupting communication, dominating the other, and destroying norms and the foundations of society. And those using it as their tool can't even keep up with it or practice it in accordance to their own rules without reading from and memorizing a script. They fall back into the classic and real terms and always used in common speech. They demand others adapt and learn the new and correct, yet always evolving and from minute to minute use of language and parts of it. Yet they themselves can't do that because it is impossible. But that's really the point. It's not only insane, but dangerous far beyond the obvious. That said, yes, language and how it is used changes over time. Words and phrases often morph into new meanings and uses. But this happens over long periods of time, naturally and without edict or coercion. It does not happen with rapid pace, and certainly not in radical ways, which makes general conversations or basic communications littered with linguistic landmines and a quagmire of reality mocking, insanity, and confusion. And I, for one, will never concede language and the ability to communicate accurately and honestly. And that's what I wrote. That's what I posted. Did y'all catch that? Now, I don't think I was bombastic. I wasn't insulting. I didn't throw around names and derogatory terms. I didn't. It was pretty much basic stuff. Well, let me start with, I'm pulling up stats here. From that post from yesterday. Stop it. I got one hide post. In other words, when it comes up in their feed and it comes up and they go hide post, that's just hide one post. Done. And I got 68 hide all posts. So it pops up in the feed and they're going, I don't want to see any of this jackwagon stuff. Hide all of his posts. And you go, 68? Wow, that's a lot, right? 68. Wow. Can y'all hear me? Everybody got quiet. So I got 68 hide alls and one hide post. Well, I'll tell you, as of when I just click now to see the stats after reading, the post reach for that post is 46,538. So it reached 46,538 people, and only 68 of them, one said hide it, 68 said hide all my shit. Not bad. That's pretty good odds. That's pretty damn good odds. Now we'll get to meat and potatoes here. We had 23 laughters. That's the only negatives that I can dissuade. Those who laughed at the post, and I checked, yeah, they disagree with it and they think it's funny. So we had 23. You go, wow, that's a lot of laughter. Are y'all hearing this? Somebody post up. Somebody post up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, says Laurel. Good. Okay. Don, this is, yeah. Okay. You gotta, go, every once in a while. Because everybody gets quiet. I'm like, oh, crap, am I still broadcasting? I am. Okay. So 23 people. 23 people did a negative comment on, or negative apt attention. Good, Wayne. That's a way to be. So 23 people wanted to shit on the post. Well, that's the emojis. Now the emojis, I had a total so far of, now you can get ready for this. Now, come on, just every once in a while. 23 people laughed at it out of 2,374 emojis. 2,374. So 23 laughed. Not bad. Not bad at all. I've got over 300 comments. Pretty good. It's been only up there 2 days. Let's see here. And that's wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. I have over 1,300 shares. You commented, good job. Good job. I've had over 1,300 shares of that post. So I've dealt with probably under 30 total jackwagons that have come and posted. And most of their shit's gone by now. If I miss some, I'm sorry. I get them because I've got everything from calling me a girl, like, okay, to, oh, you can't, so you don't want to, you think that you can call anybody anything that you want to call them, so I'm going to call you Azizer. Really? That's not what I said. Is that what I said? I read to you exactly what I said. It's not what I said. That's a straw man argument. What I am saying is, if somebody is requesting that I call them something that is not real, does not actually match their reality, their real gender, and it must be a gender, I am not going to play along. I'm going to use the common linguistics. I got called a bigot, a homophobe, a transphobe, slew of other things, unsavory things, that I was stupid. I don't understand pronouns. Bitch, I just wrote about pronouns. Another thing that I get is, you don't get to dictate how fast language changes. I'm not dictating how fast language changes. I said historically, language changes slowly, naturally over time. It doesn't make wild and massive swings, let alone ones that are being pushed on society. That's not how language changes. That's not me saying I don't get to dictate. That's how history has shown it. You know, that you don't know pronouns, and that gender has always been fluid. Really? Gender has always been socially fluid, one guy said. Really? Always. Historically, gender is always socially fluid. No, it's not. No, it's not. Now, are there people, gender roles? See, I've talked about this before. There's a difference between gender and gender roles, and people confuse all that shit. Gender roles have been pretty set with some overlap and people's on the margins. Gender was the same thing. Look, you've got masculine women and feminine men. It did not make them the other gender. It's not how it works. And people are getting tired of that shit. Again, right, left, and center, who are not ideologically possessed, all know the truth about it. This is a way to bully, to manipulate, and to control people. It always makes me shake my head when I say, I am not going to call you something that I know is wrong. And then they go, you're an asshole because you just don't respect what they want to be called. It's like, what the fuck? You're demanding something of me, not the other way around. How can I be the asshole for... That's like telling somebody, oh, a woman's getting raped. Okay. Well, just let them do it, damn it. Then you can deal with it afterwards. How inconsiderate of you. Well, that's exactly what they're doing with the human language, with a language in the West. Is they're absolutely raping it. Changing definitions of words, adding words that aren't even real words, demanding that people comply and go along with it. I'm not going to. That doesn't make me the asshole. I'm saying leave me alone. How dare you care what I don't care what they think. I don't care if they want to say that they're a Zer. I don't care. I care about them demanding that I call them Zer. That's what I care about. I don't care if he says that he's a she. I don't care. I care that he then demands that I call him a she. See how that works? It's not me being the asshole. How dare you be so inconsiderate? I'm not forcing anything on anybody. Do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. Leave the kids alone and stop legislating so that females are getting screwed. What's a woman? Nobody knows what a woman is. Yeah. That's we all know what a woman is. Wayne said I'd ask them where they are so I could send mental health. Yeah, stop playing along with it. And then another thing that comes up is the they, them. Oh, but you use they, them. Yes, we do. They went to the store. Yes, it's an anomaly in the language. It's not a default or standard. When they come back and they're sitting next to you, you don't say they, them. You say he or her, she and him. Yes, we use plurals sometimes, a lot of times for unknown quantities or unknown people. We use they, them. Also, pronouns are generally used outside of the direct connection of the person. It, yeah. I have never once referred to somebody by any pronoun when I was talking to them. Hell, I don't usually even call them by their name. Gus and I have had many conversations. When Gus and I are face to face, I don't think I've ever said, Gus. You know, Gus? Gus knows he's Gus. I'm talking to him. I'll refer to him Gus to the missus and the kids and Sally, and I'll say Gus. I'm going to say Gus to Gus. Right, Gus? But that's the only time. You see, it's a rarity. You don't use it. And I certainly wouldn't say he, him when I'm talking to him. He, him. Hey, Gus, are he going to the store? No. They're playing linguistic games, and it's not natural, and it's all about control, domination, and manipulation, and I'm not having it. That doesn't make me bad. It doesn't make me bad. It makes me sane. Makes me sane. I'm tired of it, and I think most people are tired of it. They just don't. There's enough of it. Enough. They let it go on too long. Enough. So like I said, I've dealt with maybe about 30 people. I blocked about 30 people. It was 10 earlier in the day, but man, as the evening rolled in, they started jumping in. But although it sounds like a lot, compared to the number of people, it's over 40,000 people saw that. So 30 people out of 40,000 plus. I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's too bad. 46,538. So dealing with about 30 knuckleheads. Yeah. And then one guy writes, because about my accurate, he says, what's the definition of accurate? Oh, Jesus. I said, let's not play this game. But I took a screenshot of accurate from dictionary.com. Stop it. People, that's as stupid as it depends upon what your definition of is. You know people are full of shit and they're just trying to wiggle out of reality when they have to play that type of game. And I'm not having it. So back to the post. I got over 200 people since this morning. Over 200 people that have joined the ride. Directly because of that post. Yeah, that was his. Yeah, Bill Clinton played that game once, says Wayne. Yeah, that's his quote exactly. It depends upon what your definition of is. So now I got over 200 people that have joined the ride because of that post. Awesome. We got a few knuckleheads, but you know me, I like to keep a clean page. So I'm debating whether or not I'm going to shut that thing down tonight or not. Whether I'll just let it roll on. see what I think. The fact that there's over 1,300 shares of that post shows that the vast majority of people out there, even on Facebook, understand the reality of the situation. Wayne says there are some people who aren't just happy unless they're stirring up shit. And then Gus says let it roll. Because Gus likes to stir up shit. So I may let it roll and just do a cleanup in the morning and see how it goes. What I don't want to happen is knuckleheads going and posting on it and then folks that follow the content getting sucked into shit-flinging contests. A couple have started on there. I kind of let them go as best I could. I just eliminated another guy today. Or just right as the show was starting, sayonara. He was the slavery guy. Yeah, traditions are all bad. Nah, no, they're not. All traditions are linked to slavery, segregation, and genocide of native peoples. Every tradition, every freaking tradition. What a damn idiot. Gus wants to let it roll. The insanity, the stupidity. I just can't. It just, boy, puts a burr in my saddle. Stupidity. Arguing straw man. And then want to, how about this? All of that just to say, or that many words just to say, it's a leader. And then they'd finish it up. One says that I need to grow up. Another one says that I'm too old and I'm just an old geezer and I can't adapt to the times. So which is it? I'm either childish and I can't grow up, or I'm too old and I can't adapt. I don't know. Or that I just want to be an asshole. That's another one. I just want to be an asshole. No, I don't. I don't go out of my way to fuck with people. I don't do it. Gus says, how did he get that out of your post? No, it's everything. It's like, how did you get any of that? You're not reading the post. They're ideologically possessed. It doesn't matter what I wrote. It wasn't in line with their new religion, so therefore, there it is. It's like, no, stop it. It's not it at all. Yeah, and you're gonna change minds by calling me an asshole. Yeah, I got it. Okay, good enough. Good enough. I can't tell you a single name that I banned today. I can't. I can't even tell you what they looked like. And I got credit for their bullshit. As soon as I ban somebody, I still get credit for their post. I still get credit for their interaction. but nobody else can see it. Now, some of the things that I've removed were people's interactions with other members. I don't catch them all the time. But, I mean, you have to understand, it's like I'm getting notified all the time that I got new posts here, new posts there. And then I go to try to click on it. It doesn't bring me where it needs to go. So I got to search for it. It's a lot of time and effort. That's why I say, Gus, I was like, I don't know whether I should just restrict it to what is it called? It's not designated followers. It's whatever. It's followers that have followed it's more than like 24 hours or something like that they can post on it. Because I can't keep up with the cleanup. I just can't. And y'all don't need to see that. Gus is like, yeah, I want to see that. Gus, I'm not interacting with them. It'd be entertaining if I went in. Oh, one guy called me Miss Cowboy. Miss Cowboy? Dude, you don't even know. That'd be Miss Cowgirl, right? It's like, do it right. if you're gonna, and then somebody's like, how dare you talk about genders when you're using a fake, when you're making a fantasy, when where you demand people call you a fantasy name, the Whiskey Cowboy. Number one, I never demanded anyone call me anything. I tell them my name is John. My moniker is the Whiskey Cowboy. It's easier to call me the Whiskey Cowboy. But that's a name or title. It's not a fucking, it's not a pronoun. Right, Gus says, is that your pronoun? No. It's like, I don't care. Caitlyn Jenner changed his name from Bruce to Caitlyn. Fair enough. I grew up with a friend who changed his name from his name to another name. Completely new name, first name, completely new last name. Fair enough. When I referred to him, I called him by his new legal name. It was weird at first. I messed up at first because I was used to calling him by his birth name. But I called it because that was his legal name. So again, I'll call Caitlyn Jenner Caitlyn. That's his name. But that's his name. It's not her name. It's his name. The Whiskey Cowboy is a moniker. Sargon of Akkad is Carl Benjamin's online moniker. He still has his channels up underneath that, but he goes now by Carl Benjamin. And he didn't for a while until somebody went, and I believe it was that somebody had doxed him. And his name was out there. He said, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. He doesn't care. Call him Carl. Call him Sargon. He doesn't care. Stop using those big words. Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad was an ancient king back, I think, in pre-Mesopotamia. Yeah. But, yeah. Peggy says, hey there, John, and good evening, everyone. Hey there, Peggy. Welcome to the show. You missed the fireworks in the front of the show. So, yeah, it's said, oh, how dare you not call people by their chosen pronouns when you demand people call you by this fictitious, the Whiskey Cowboy. It's like, stop it. Stop it. This is how inane their insults and arguments were. It doesn't make any sense. They think they're all smart. They're smart. Another thing is somebody talk about all those words that you're concerned about grammar or something like that. And it's like, really? You read all of that and you got that I'm only concerned about grammar? And then they come back and I said, go back and read it again, read it slow. And he's like, oh, I was only joking, you alcoholic. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. I started, look, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm a coffeeholic, coffeeholic. But no, I'm not an alcoholic. Everybody who follows my content knows I'm not an alcoholic. I drink a beer, maybe two depending upon the meal, at dinner time. I may have a glass of wine, usually not more than one, with my meal. At night, when I don't have a headache, when I'm not pissed off, when I'm not feeling bad, in other words, I'm not sick, and I don't have a show to do, or I'm not super tired, because then I'm going to go to sleep, I'll have a couple drinks of whiskey. More days than not, I don't drink whiskey. I need to drink more whiskey. The reason I started drinking whiskey regularly was because I was tired of taking sleeping pills. They're not good for you. They're fine for the short term. Sleeping pills are not good. Alcohol is a depressant. Yeah. So I started expanding my whiskey collection, and I started reviewing whiskeys, and I started drinking whiskey, usually between 1 and 3 pours a night, each pour lasting between 20 and 45 minutes on average. Yeah, I ain't getting drunk. I'm not a small feller. I ain't getting drunk. And it helped me sleep. Remember I said I haven't been sleeping worth a shit lately. Remember that? I've been telling you that for the last couple of weeks. I haven't been drinking much whiskey. It hit me the other night. I'm like, hey, baby, I had some whiskey the other night, at the fire pit. I slept pretty good. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Alcoholic? No. Not even close. Hey, when I was younger, yeah, I had a problem drinking. Now, no. Gus says, howdy, Peg. Her new pronoun. Peg isn't a pronoun. Might be an adjective. Not a good one. Pegging is. It's an adjective. Peggy says, hello, Gus. All my peeps call me Peg. Wayne says, oh, my God. Wayne got it. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, man, it's been a hell of a ride this last week or two. Y'all catch the jackwagon? I had Gus says you got what? You got pegged? Gus is like, I'm just tossing him up there and John just knocking him out of the park. I mean, I'm tired, but I'm not that tired, Gus. You leave me an opening like that. No, let me know. No, forget I said that. Forget I said about openings. Oh, no. Get back to, what was I saying? Stop it. Gus, you're just like stirring the pot. Quit it. What was I saying before all of this tomfoolery? Oh, Laurel saw it. Did y'all see that jackwagon? He's proving a point. Yeah. I'll leave that one alone too. When I posted up about the dulcimer the other day, I had posted up earlier and I'd said, let's do a change of pace. Let's everybody post up something that they're happy or thankful for, because we're all focused on the negative and things that need to get done. Done or fixed. So let's go to the positive. So everybody's posting up, and I said, well, I'm going to start. I am stoked, and I use that word, I'm stoked that the dulcimer is finally getting in production, because I am just, it's been a rough year, year and change. I started the process in November of last year, but it's been since my father died a couple years ago. It's been rough. Had a lot that I got to deal with, a lot of stresses and a lot of stuff. So I figured this will be a good thing. So you all know the history behind the dulcimer. So I posted up a new post of its own. And I had mentioned, hey, it's in production. And I posted a link to the original post that I did right before I was going to begin having the build done, with a place where if folks wanted to help donate for that dulcimer, that they can do so. And I was looking at, my goal was 5,000. I'll tell you, I ain't getting anywhere near 5,000. I'm at $55 right now, donations for the Dulcimer. And all of them came just this last week. And I'm very thankful for them. Thank you. But yeah. So I posted up there, hey, and if somebody wants to help, well, this jackwagon gets in there, Mr. Sport. He gets in there and he's like, how's about we all give to the victims of the hurricane in North Carolina and blah, 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 blah. And I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. But then he wants to get insulting and said that my twanger just wasn't important. And there's far more important things in this world than that. I'm paraphrasing here. Laurel saw it. It's still up there. Basically calling me an asshole and belittling the importance of the Dulcimer, and how dare I suggest when somebody else out there might need some money to ask anybody if they might want to give me money. Laurel says, yeah, that guy was a total jackass. He was. It's like, oh man, you started out okay. I get it. And like I replied to him, yes, by all means, people need to give where they're led to give. And there's a lot of people that need help. I get it. But his post was complete hogwash. What a horrific post to make while trying to virtue signal. He came out as the biggest jackass I've seen in a long time. And I said, what he might not realize is that any given time, somebody's house is burned down. Somebody's lost their job. Somebody's lost a spouse in a car accident. There's countless things that are going on around people, near and far. People's lives don't stop. I'm telling you, I'm not going to set aside my Dulcimer, which ain't cheap, because somebody else might need the money. Somebody always needs the money. I help people all the time. I give food. I give things of myself. I give of my time. Peggy says, I don't believe that anyone should tell anyone how to spend and donate that. Right. I'm not a bad guy for wanting my Dulcimer. And because something bad happened to a bunch of people, and a lot of people, and it's horrible, and I talked about it, by all means, if you can find some place where your money could be best used, by all means do it. But I tell you what, most people have more than $5 that they can donate to any one place. There's nothing stopping people from giving me $5 and giving them $50. There's nothing stopping 7,000 people plus that follow my content to give me $2 each. Can you imagine that? Is that really taken away from people in hurricane country? No. It was like I told Laurel, I've made less than $1,000 in the last year off of what I do for folks. Less than $1,000 fucking dollars. And somebody wants to act like I'm being selfish. Fuck you. Wayne says, with the government misappropriation, all the money and donation, equipment, goods, why would anyone do? Right. It's better to, if you can, help out directly if you can. Help out directly. I wouldn't trust the government shit. And I'll tell you, it's the same ways. It's not just a Biden issue. I didn't trust the government when Trump was in office. FEMA was a mess. FEMA's always been a mess. But whatever. I can guarantee, and I said this to the missus, I guarantee that just about every single person that it was affected, and I'm trying to minimize their loss and their damages, but I guarantee that they made a hell of a lot more money than I did this last year. So to cast aspersions at me because I said, hey, if you want to help out, you want to donate to help offset the cost for the Dulcimer? I got the fucking money. I set money aside, and I'm using all of the money that I had made off of social media to go to the Dulcimer. I'd say that I earned it. I say that I earned it. He was a complete jackass. Boy, he's damn lucky he wasn't in reach. I'd have jerked a knot in his chain. Oh, I was mad. I was toasting mad. And that was on a Friday. I was like, man, end of the week. Oh, this is good. I just want to relax. I'm excited. I want to share my joy with people. And he had to piss all over it. I hate spending money. I do. But you know what? Sometimes, look, I've earned it. I've more than earned it. So, it's in the works. I also had to put money into the house in Vermont to get all the pipes done. And then they backed out of the sale. More money of mine. So again, don't tell me. Again, I'm not minimizing anybody else's problems in life. But the Cowboys got issues too. Laurel says, I'm very happy that your dulcimer is in production. So am I. I had discussed this with the missus all year. I'm like, look, I'll just cancel it. She's like, no, you're not going to cancel it. Bless her heart. But in the good way. in the good way. In the good way. What a jackass. So now we got this post. Going. I call it semi-viral. It didn't go viral like the other one. The other one I had like 5 million in one day. I'm not even at 100,000. I'm at 42 million or 42 million. Yeah, 42,000. Something like that. What was it again? Let's go on up here. Yeah, 46 and a half. And counting. So, I mean, it's doing okay, but I just don't know. I do not know what I want if I want to deal with the aggravation. Knuckleheads. Again, the ratio is way blown to one side. Way blown to one side. Hey, let's do a guess. Let's do a guessing game. Because the Cowboys just rolling in dough. How much do y'all think that I've made at this very moment? I just updated. I just rolled it over again. Let's see here. Right. Peggy says life happens to us all. It does. Now try to be as gracious as I can. Let's have a guess. What do y'all think that my Facebook revenue is so far this month? And when I say so far this month, it started at the end of last month. I've got 16 days left in this pay cycle. So I'm about halfway done. So figure 2 weeks. 2 weeks of work on Facebook. Wayne says 353 for 2 weeks of work on Facebook. Peggy says $1. Boy, I'm going to make you all happy. Lauren says $2.50. Yeah. No, you're thinking about what it was like 4 months ago. 4 months ago in the pay period, I couldn't even make the minimum of what they would, which is $25. I couldn't make the minimum for them to even send money my way. Gus, you still there? You want to make a guess? Gus and Donna haven't guessed. So we got $3.53, $1, $2.50. Gus and Donna, you got a guess? He has no clue. He wasn't even going to play. Like, spin the fucking wheel. I don't know. I'd like $354. $354. No. It's right now. It's at $40.61 for 2 weeks' work. $40.61. Or I was like, wow, yeah. Imagine working for 2 weeks for $4.61. Try to calculate the hours that I put in. $40.61. Last month I made 122 estimated. I haven't got my grand totals. Yet. Last pay period 122. Yeah, Donna says, wow, you're rolling it now. Yeah, ain't I? I got enough. I can actually buy a bottle of whiskey if I want to buy a bottle of whiskey. Ain't going to be a very expensive one, but I've got some good $35 whiskeys out there that I can get, or I can get 2 sub-20s. That'll be like yeah. Evan Williams, bottled in bond. Yeah, that's a what, $18 bottle, $17-18. That's a good pour. For 2 weeks. Can you imagine that? So people casting aspersions on me saying, hey, if folks would like to help out, here's a link and you can help out. It's like, Moa, that just chapped my ass. It's like, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. You enjoy eating my goods that I put out there. Yeah, he was a follower. I don't mind people just partaking. That's what it's there for. But then to be an asshole about it on top of it, it's like, you ain't paying shit. And I put out a lot of content. And you ain't paying shit. How's about you just stop yapping your clapper about my twanger. Oh, it's like, oh, my twanger. But yeah. It's a rough business. And like I said, up until just a couple months ago, I'd made zero. 10 years of work, zero. Giving shit away for free. 40, 80 hours a week, easy. I work damn near every day. Peggy says, I'm really tired of people telling others how to spend their money. Yeah, we've talked about that on the show too, because I'm not an envious man. And remember when some male politician had a haircut at an airport, and it cost him something like $600 or something. I don't know. It was stupid. I don't care. He can use his salary any way he wants to. I don't care. I don't care how many houses people have, how many cars they have. I don't even care how many kids they have as long as they take care of them. I don't care. Spend your money the way you want to spend it. And I've told folks all along, hey, anything you donate to me, it's appreciated. It truly is. But don't do anything to put yourself, don't do anything to put yourself in a bind. Don't do that. But I know most people can afford the price of a cup of coffee a month. I know they can do that, and they don't do that. I try to tell people that all the time. You think, oh, somebody else will do it. No, somebody else will do it leaves things not getting done. Doesn't matter whether it's donating money. Doesn't matter whether it's cutting the lawn or trimming the hedges or digging the ditch. Somebody else will do it amounts to nothing getting done. So I'm not bitching. I'm not trying to, send me your money. No. The link's in the show. Folks can either donate or not. There's a link on my Facebook page. It's up in the pinned comments. People can donate or not. Not tends to be the thing, but people sure as hell like my content. Well, John, you don't have to do it. You're right, I don't have to do it. A lot of folks seem to like it, but I don't have to do it. And I've been doing it for pretty much free. And I also told people I will never put my shit behind a paywall. like a lot of big content creators do. They'll do a little bit of sprinkling out here, and then they'll put most of their shit behind a paywall. I said, I'm not going to do that because I understand some people can't. They don't have the extra money. So everything that I put out is always going to be available to everybody. Because that's the way I am. I know, I'm a greedy, horrible guy. How dare I? How dare I? You know, people got shit going on in their life. I know people do. I do. I know. And I do what I can for them. Jesus Christ, I got bills too. Price of beef. You see the price of beef lately? Holy cow. Get your shit on sale. It's gone through the roof again. I just picked up another like about $67 brisket. We don't get just plain brisket up here, but every few years we get it. We're in that year cycle. So we've been buying brisket. And I went to Hannaford the other day. And hey Judy, welcome to the show. And they had brisket cut up. And it was just in little teeny, just like this. And I'm like, I was talking to one guy, and I'm like, what the hell are you going to do with that? that's yeah, I mean, yeah, but no, you need at least 3 times that amount. Get that in the smoker. And he's like, well, some people don't have a big smoker. And it's like, if the bigger pieces you have that can fit in your smoker, you ain't got a smoker. You need to go get yourself a smoker. Yeah, that's easy. You could smoke that in a Weber. I got a Weber, but I don't do my smoking in the Weber. I do my smoking in the smoker. But yeah, so I was talking, and the butcher, young feller, he overheard, and he's like, I think we got some in the back that it's pre-processed. In other words, it's vacuum sealed as they got it. I'm like, okay, go see what they got. Go see what they got. So he went back and he looked, and he come pretty decent sized brisket. And so yeah, that's about right. And it was about $7 a pound. That's good for brisket up in these parts. And the missus was overlooking at pork. I said, hey, I think it was like 67. What do you think? He's like, yeah, I get it. So I'm like, I'll take it, thank you. So I took it. So we got another brisket. So we got a few briskets saved up. But yeah, when you can get your meat on sale, you get your meat on sale, because it's horrible. Peggy says, being retired, I have to manage money more closely. Now I have to pay $13,000 a year to fix $13,000 to fix my crack foundation. Yeah, I resent that these costs have skyrocketed in the last 4 years, but it is what it. No, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Peggy. I get it. No, I get it. I didn't have to pay close to $13,000 to get my pipes done, but it was a mite bit more than I had budgeted for any sort of work. So I understand that. Yeah, we all got, and I tell people, if you're in a bind, do not send me a dime. But that doesn't mean that I don't need money. Doesn't mean that I can, look, my bills keep coming in. I'm paying them, but ain't from this stuff, and I'm doing this stuff, like I said, 80 hours plus. I work damn near every day. Is there a single day that goes by that I don't put something on there? I wean off a little bit on the weekends. But there's not a single day that I'm not doing something on there. Even if I'm not even at home. I was posting from Vermont when I went to Vermont on Tuesday. Wasn't much, but I was keeping track of what was going on the page, and I'd post up little bits. You tell me that my dulcimer isn't, my twanger is not important. I don't get a twanger up beside the head. Lord Almighty. What the hell's wrong with people? I tried to, again, it's been really stressful. I've been trying to go positive with folks. Try to get folks involved, just active and feeling good about stuff. Life sucks. Life sucks. You don't think the house not selling didn't put a major freaking wrench in my budget? Yeah. Yeah, think again. Hey, that truck. I ain't getting that truck. But, I don't really need a truck anyways, Zippy will get me by. Little Chevy Trax. It's like, yeah, that's how extravagant the Cowboy is. His wheels are a Chevy Trax. Ooh, I'm just pushing that. Yeah. Gus says, I am biting my tongue on the twanger. Yeah, it's like the twanger. I got a little twanger. It's a little twanger. A little twanger. Zinger zanger. Oh, it's going to be so sweet. That is going to be awesome. That's going to be so awesome. I'm going to be producing some sounds that people are not going to think is coming from a dulcimer. Again, because I got the different pickups on it. It's like, oh, it's going to be nice. Going to be nice. You're going to be hearing probably one of the only guys online doing smooth jazz on the Mountain Dulcimer. But yeah, just my extravagance. Oh, I put up the new. I got this year. Got the damn carport thing. That big hoopy thing that I'm using as a shed. Ooh, oh my goodness, what a extravagance I did there. We got the new fire pit earlier in the year. Oh, what an extravagant we got there. So we can actually sit in the Franken-Zebo and not get smoked out. Because that thing is, when it says it's smokeless, it's pretty smokeless. It's pretty smokeless. But yeah, those extravagants. Oh, goodness gracious. That guy was a jackwagon. I was fine. I'd forgot about it till y'all brought it up. You're like, I didn't bring shit up. It's like, no, just a good conversation. But what else we got going on here? Walls thinks that illegal invaders should have driver's licenses and health insurance and all sorts of just like, no, they shouldn't even be here. They shouldn't be here. Can you imagine Americans going to any other country and going, yeah, I entered your country illegally. I got no business being here. I got no job. I got no job. But, yeah, you guys need to give me a place to live and food and health care. And, yeah, I'll take a driver's license while you're at it. Yeah, give me all that shit. There's no country on earth that would allow Americans to do that. And here's another thing. I am way past tired of people trying to say that the United States is such a racist and xenophobic nation because we expect our borders and immigration policies to be followed. Yet everybody in this fucking world is trying to invade our country and live here. How the hell is that? They're not breaking into China. They're not breaking into North Korea. Wayne says, what do you think about the message Trump sent the left at this rally last night? He used Nessun Dorma was epic. I didn't see it. Y'all have to forgive me. I don't give two shits about Trump. I don't care what he says in his rallies. I'm voting for him because I got no choice. I can't not. It's impossible. I don't walk around monitoring Trump. So sorry, Wayne. I didn't. He's not my favorite guy. I'd rather not hear his name ever again. It's that simple. Him or Biden, Kamala, I'd rather not hear any of their names. I'd rather our country get back to normalcy. Back when people could disagree on things and not be mortal enemies and a danger to the country. Nessun Dama was the opera piece that was used in the closing scene of Sum of All Fears when they eliminated all the bad guys. Yeah. Judy says, I was called a racist tonight by a damn socialist wannabe. I'm still mad about that. Yeah. It's like, no. No. If you think I'm racist, point out how I'm racist. If you've got an argument against something that I said that happened to be about somebody who is a minority, how's about proving me wrong? Just throwing racist around doesn't, what the hell's that do anything? The same way as, look, I've said this all the time. I don't care. Our immigration numbers should come from people who are going to be a positive addition to this country that aren't coming here to get shit. You know, like it used to be. They just wanted opportunity. That's it. They don't just want opportunity. And there's how many thousands of known convicted criminals that came into the United States? Stop it. It's not racist. We don't care about skin color. I don't care if they are purple black. I don't care if they're orange or yellow or green. I don't care. I care about their ideology. Right. Laurel says skin color does not define character. Right. Sadly, in many situations, yeah, you can kind of get a good beat on somebody, at least initially, and then just see whether or not it's real or not. It would be stupid to think otherwise. Here's the thing. Oh, John's going to get racist. Nah, this is a fucking fact. Tell me if I'm wrong. A black family moves into your neighborhood. Okay. 4 black families move into your neighborhood. What do you think? Laurel says not wrong. No, I'm not wrong. I wish that I wasn't. I don't say shit because I like to say it. I wish it wasn't true. I wish it wasn't true. You import thousands upon thousands of third world people and dump them into towns. And I don't care if they're black third world or white third world or yellow third world or brown third world. I don't care. You import thousands of third world people and dump them into an American community. And you don't think that community is going to get drained and it's going to now be a third world town? Go down those streets? I said this shit too. I don't even go talking about importing shit. Fucking gangs. I don't care whether they're Hispanic, black, Asian. I don't care. You go into the inner cities and you look at where the gangs control. It's a third world environment. And there could be 3-4 generations of people living there. They've been there the whole time. That's culture. That's a choice. They don't have to be that way. Denzel Washington doesn't act that way. Look at all the people. Look at freaking Snoop Dogg, for crying out loud, is doing shit with Martha Stewart. Everyone that could get out of those neighborhoods did so. And then they're living well. Peggy says New York, Chicago, Aurora are all finding out. Yeah. Everybody taking advantage of the better nature of Americans. Laurel says when we lived in Minnesota, we lived in a very nice apartment complex, and they had to let in Section 8. A lot of them were Somali refugees. The place went to hell real fast. Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. Seen that shit with Concord as well. That's the capital of New Hampshire. Spelled Concord, but it's not Concord. It's Concord. All sorts of Somalis, all sorts of Africans piped in years ago. And you got little Somalia running around. Used to live in Pennacook, which is north of Concord. Used to be a quiet little suburb. Till everybody started moving in, and they moved in from Massachusetts. And they were almost all minorities. Crime rate went through the roof. I'm not making this shit up. It's not racist to point this out. Ain't nobody said, oh shit, another white family just moved into my neighborhood. Oh my God, it's the Smiths. Hey, yeah, they bought a house right next to the Joneses. Ain't nobody said that. Oh, you're racist for pointing it out. No, you'd be an idiot not to understand and see things are. I wish they weren't that way. Not going to say the town I live in. Gus, stop it. We've seen that happen. Minorities moving in and they're putting in low-cost housing. We don't need low-cost. There's no fucking jobs here in this town. It's a mediator town. It's a little town between two major towns. Ain't nothing here. We don't even have a fast food restaurant, for crying out loud. And you're putting in low-cost housing? Stop it. My taxes are through the fucking roof. We don't even have a public pool. And you're putting in low-cost housing. What the hell are you thinking? I ain't making this shit up. It's not racist to point it out. Here's another thing. Oh, don't judge a book by its color. We're not thugs. Okay, fair enough. You talk like a thug, you act like a thug, and you walk around like a thug, and you're pushing your way around like a thug. And you expect people to cower because you came up from some inner city someplace. That's a thug. Stop it. You brought your shit with you. Just pull your pants up, dress right. Gus says, same hours, nothing here except the jail. Yeah, and the jail's on the north side of Boscawen. Oh, they got two jails too. So they got the state jail, right? That's the north side of Boscawen, and then I think it's either right in Concord. It's in the Concord Pennacook line. You got the prison there too. Yeah. But yeah, commuter towns ain't nothing there. Yeah, there's no real industry in Boscawen. So if you flood Boscawen with low-cost housing complexes, the only thing that you're going to get is crime. That's it. You're not going to get revenue. You're going to get crime. Oh, he's talking shit about poor people. No, I'm talking shit about the mentality. Don't pick up hitchhikers. Yeah, don't pick up hitchhikers. I don't pick up hitchhikers anyways. I don't. Excuse me, I stopped picking up hitchhikers 20 years ago. I'm not doing it. Sorry. We don't live like it was in the 60s and 70s. It's a different time. It's a different time. Not doing it. Laurel says, I've never picked up a hitchhiker. Yeah, I picked up a handful over the years. Depends upon the situation. Depends upon, yeah. But yeah, I don't do it anymore. And don't subsidize people's bad habits. Gosh, you been downtown Concord lately? Holy shit. Freaking panhandlers down at all the shopping areas. Begging for money. We were down by Hannaford the other day, yesterday. There was a lady, and she was sitting in a folding chair. And she was on one side of the road, and she had to have 6 or 8 carts filled with stuff in trash bags. Now, I tell you, those carts are shopping carts. She didn't buy those fucking shopping carts, so they're stolen. But she had 6 or 8 of them damn things packed full of bags. And then there's another guy sitting in another intersection across the road with a sign. I mean, they're just camping out. Gus says, I knew a guy that lived next to the prison, and he always said he felt safe. Yeah, well, see, here's the thing about prisons. When they escape the prison, they're not going to go into the house next to the prison. They get out of there. Where they tend to go to is you're looking at 20 miles or more away from the location before they even go. Yeah, Gus says there's one at every intersection. Yeah, it's horrible. It's disgusting. And people give them money. Stop subsidizing their way of life. Peggy says back in the 60s and 70s, it was routine to pick up hitchhikers. Yeah, you just did it. Just did it. Gus said exactly. Yeah, it's disgusting. I've written about this. I did a video and I got some people trying to, it's like when you give to a panhandler, you're not helping them out. You're making yourself feel good. Because there ain't nobody on this planet that has ever went from living on the streets to getting their life in order because somebody gave them $20 fucking because they were holding a cardboard sign. It doesn't work like that. Laurel says every store and restaurant in my town has a help wanted sign in the window. They're desperate for people in the show. Yeah, well, the same thing. Concord's got plenty of signs. Plenty of signs. Help wanted. Go take a shower. Just put on some clothes and go do. It's all menial. Look, these people are not overqualified people. It's not like somebody's got a resume. No. You can get a job. Wayne says most people are homeless because they want to be. It's easier to play victim. It is. And I've said this before. Homelessness, as it is right now, look, we'll say chronic homelessness. It's one thing you just lost your house. You lost your job. You get kicked out of your apartment. Your house burned down, something. You get on your feet. Chronic homelessness is a way of life. It's not because people are poor. They're poor because of the way of life. It's different. Gus says they had a fire at one of the homeless camps. It was a 2-story shack. Yeah, homelessness is, you take the homelessness, and they've done it. You take the homelessness and you put them in a hotel. They're going to tear the hotel apart. Their problem isn't because they don't have a home. They don't have a home because of what they're doing. Said next to the railroad tracks, yeah. They cut down a bunch of those hobo shacks down at Concord. Cut a lot of them down. I did a bunch of street photography down there when they were hopping. Boy, they were hopping. And here's what gets me too: homeless with better tents than I had for the kids growing up. Like you got better shit than I had. You're homeless. No, you're camping. You're camping, and then you're just piling your shit up everywhere, and then you're taking your cardboard sign, and I'm a veteran. Fuck you and your veteran. I don't care that you're a veteran. I've said this before. I do not care. Oh, we need to take care of our homeless veterans. No, you don't. No, you don't. No more than anybody else. Are they not getting what their contract said they were going to get? That's what I'm for. Hey, take care of them under the contract. You taking care of their health? Any other things that you had actually there's nothing in the contract that says I'm going to get a job when I get out, and I'm going to get a home. I've owned homes. I've owned homes. This is my first house that I bought using my veterans benefits. This is the first house. I've owned other homes. But this wasn't given to me. It's part of my contract. See where I'm going? It's part of my contract. If you're a veteran and you're on drugs or you're an alcoholic or, PTSD, shut up. Stop it. I don't want to hear that shit. PTSD isn't anything new. Jesus Christ. World War I? World War II? Vietnam? Korea? Yeah, I know I flipped the orders there. PTSD, yeah, it's real. And then people got on with their life afterwards. If they needed help, they got help. But they didn't use it as a fucking crutch. Nowadays, everybody's got PTSD. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Can you imagine living back in the old days when warfare was hacking people apart with swords and axes? Talk about PTSD. I'm not trying to minimize the thing people's go through. Yeah, I've been through shit. But it's not a crutch for my life. I can't sit back. Do shit. Turn that around and do shit. Be a benefit to your fellow man. PTSD. Boy, that's another line. It's like PTSD has lost all meaning, the same as racist has lost all meaning. They throw it around willy-nilly. Peggy said my dad didn't like to talk about the atrocity he saw in World War II. Of course not. But I'll bet he also didn't sit and fucking wallow around in it either. Wayne says people my age were built of sturdier stuff. Everyone I know who claims PTSD is one of the younger video games. Pretty much most of them. Yeah. Now I see some older folks, but they're the shit sandwiches anyways. But yeah, the younger people, it's PTSD, PTSD, PTSD. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, I've scraped up bodies. I've seen shit. Life goes on. Ain't nobody paid for my house. You know, the taxpayers didn't. Yeah, somebody. Yeah, I'm paying for the house. Me and the missus, we're paying for the house. It's the way it's always been. Peggy says, no, he didn't. He got on with his life. Right. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't times we're sitting down and just something will set us off. You know what I mean? The notion of PTSD, like they show in the movies, like people jumping under desks, that is so rare. That is so fucking rare. That's not how it works. That's extremes. That's rare. But you'll wake up in the middle of the night. Can't go to sleep. Things running through your head. Smell will set you off. Yeah, the shit's real. But you get on with life. But that's the way the human condition has always been. And it's not just for people that were in the military. Policemen get it. Firemen get it. Paramedics get it. ER doctors get it. You can get it being in a bad car accident. You get on with life. Laurel says my uncle was in hand-to-hand combat in Korea. Bayonet through the knee and through the shoulder. He went home, recovered, and then got a job and worked and had a farm. He lived life. Right, exactly. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing new. They didn't milk it for all it's worth. It was a rarity when anybody had any. But you talk to grandma and grandpa or something like that. You know, there was always, there was times where grandpa was a little down, or he was touchy, and it's like, he got depressed. He was going through some moods. Yeah. But we get through it. We don't wallow in it. Jesus Christ. I've said this the same thing. If you got something that happened to you 20, 30, 40 years ago and it's still bothering you, I'm sorry. That wasn't the problem. You're the problem. If you hadn't worked it out in all that time, you're the problem. You need to look at yourself. You need to look at yourself. Because that's the human condition. Bad shit happened to all of us. It's not minimizing pain. It's just don't maximize it and don't milk it for all it's worth. But see, we live in a victim mentality now, or victim society. Victims get all the lion's share of the attention. Woe is me. We talked about this. Remember when we were growing up, nobody wanted to look like the victim. It didn't matter whether you were beat every fucking day. You acted as if you weren't. Didn't matter if you were hungry. You acted as if you weren't. Didn't matter that you didn't have shit. You acted as if you did. You tried to present a better image of yourself in your life than what was real. Nowadays, it's the opposite. It doesn't matter how good you got it. Ain't bad enough. Ain't bad enough. Well, ain't that a shame? Ain't that a shame? What a messed up way to go through life. Trying to out-bad everybody else. Woe is me. I think that's why that's like, oh, John's got it made. Zippy looks nice. He lives in a cute house. It's nice. Dresses nice. Has nice things. Yeah. Yeah. But I got problems, I got bills, and I'm a person just like everybody else. I just don't put the shit out there for everybody to see. Come on now. Neither should you. You know, it's one thing we're friends. We're all talking about it. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put it on Facebook. Every time you turn around, something bad's happening. Woe is me. And stop using your kids as jewelry. I got autism and ADD, and that's one thing after another. It's oh, look at the badge that I've. It's like, stop it. Stop it. No. Ain't you special? No. Get on with life. Damn, John's in the mood tonight. I'm tired. Tired of a lot of crap. Tired of a lot of crap. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm going to debate whether or not I'm going to lock that post on down to just what the hell they call it? Something followers. It's let me okay, who can comment? Let's see here. Established followers. There you go. Those are people who have followed your page for more than 24 hours. Set to public right now. There you go. Is it worth the extra aggravation? I try to put out good stuff for folks, but I don't need to babysit. I've got a shit ton after I close down the show tonight. I got to go through and clean up. I've noticed something. We got a lot more folks up in the northern New England area that follow my content now. Might have enough so that we can all get together someplace like maybe Alton Bay or something like that and do a get together next summer. Again, I know some other public figure folks out there. They have similar things, or folks that they all are from a general area, but maybe not where they are, and they get together. Gus says, leave it, take a chance. Take a chance on me. Take a tink. Yeah, I'll see. I'll see how it is when I clean things up tonight. Just gets really annoying. Because I'm not a sociopath. I'm really not. I'm not a sociopath. I've said this so many times. It'd be so much easier if I was a sociopath. Because I just wouldn't care. I think you got to have a little bit of that if you're like a Ben Shapiro or somebody, Matt Walsh, somebody that gets a lot of stuff in. It's like I'm more of I'd like to knock your face in kind of guy if you get uppity with me. That's the kind of guy I am, because that's the generation I grew up in. You don't sit back and let shit happen. Yeah. Let the shit fly. Come on. Gus. Gus be like, John's going to have a heart attack in the morning. I'm going to get up and there's going to be all sorts of shit all over the place. And they're going to be saying some nasty things. And that's the thing that gets me too. It's not even disagreements. I don't care if you disagree with me. But number one, disagree with what I actually said, which isn't the case. And come with facts and truth, not complete gaslighting bullshit. And stop trying to insult me personally. Because that, yeah. That ain't right. I always said, though, if I got enough followers in and there's a bunch of stuff like that, I'd have to be bringing on some admin. Yeah, John, Gus says, Sally will ask you, how's your blood pressure? Yeah, pretty high. Pretty high. Wayne says, let the shit fly by that Chinese author, Hu Flung Poo. Yeah. I just hate that because nobody needs that. Nobody needs that. I got people that post it up. It's like, yeah, as soon as I read that, boom, I started following your content. Good, because that's indicative of my content. I think people are tired of it. They're tired of it. They don't need to. I don't do it for. I don't do it for the left. I'm not trying to convince the left. It's not what I do. I could give two shits. I don't want to debate them. I don't want to argue with them. I don't want to change their mind. I'm putting the truth out there. If by chance they see it and it changes their mind, fantastic. But it's for y'all. It's for y'all. I had people, so many people, they wrote to me. It's like, hey, I am so glad I saw this. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Didn't think that there were sane people out there. That's what I've been saying for years. When the only thing people ever come up to is the left, they start to question things. They're like, man, I must be something wrong with me. It's like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. That's why I make my content. That's why. Yep. Had a good dinner tonight. I took boneless pork chops and I pounded them out flat. And then I put salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Yeah. And then I had chopped mushrooms and diced hot green peppers. And I mixed them all together, and I smeared it all over the top of that one. And then I sprinkled it with mozzarella cheese and rolled it up. And filled a whole tray of that. Put it in the oven, cooked it till it was about 143 internal. It was nice and pink. It's nice. Ooh, tender. Took it out, served it with rice-a-roni. Simple meal, but oh, that was good. That was good. Yes, the Cowboy cooks. We like cooking together. We usually share in the prep work, and I mean, I did all this, but we usually share in the prep work. She does the veggies and stuff, and I do the proteins. Proteins. John cooks the proteins. Gus says, nah, Sally does it. Get Sally her grill. You need another griddle. So you get one at home and one at the camp. Everybody asleep? Everybody asleep? Hear all the snoring. Laurel says no. She's there. She goes, I'm just letting you talk. Just letting you talk. Not a lot of folks watching the show tonight. Don't know why. But what else we got going on? So yeah, maybe next summer we'll see about doing a Whiskey Cowboy get together someplace. I think Alton Bay is pretty good. It's a good location. It's a drive for me, but it's a nice drive. It's 45 minutes, an hour. Maybe a little more. I don't know. It's a nice drive. They got picnic tables and stuff. Watch the wooden boats go by. We didn't get up there this year. Not once. It was another shitty year. It's like, oh, man. Last couple days was great. Getting out there and just driving. Drive slow. Car comes up beside you, comes up behind you. You just pull over, turn your signal on, let him pass you. Gus says, yup, it was sad today. We put the griddle away for the winter. Sally shed a tear. Bring it home. Bring it home. Oh, Jesus. Laurel says, let's see, 10 hours to my sister. I'll have to see how far from Western New York. Oh, from Western New York? Alton, well, I'm trying to think of, you got like Albany. From Western New York, depending upon where you go, you're looking at an hour to two across Vermont, and then you're looking maybe an hour and a half, depending upon where you come in from. So you're looking at maybe 4 hours, 4 or 5 hour drive. Wayne says, I build models. I'm currently working on 2 Vietnam-era jets. Yeah. I did models when I was younger. You get into the painting and stuff. I was lazy. I didn't do that. I just put stickers on it. Some of those models, they're pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like models. Not so much building them, but I like models. I like models. I've always wanted a big clipper ship or something like that. All the rigging and stuff. Oh, they're so cool. So cool. Get some aircraft and get my A-10 and stuff. Yeah. Gus says, if you're in Western New York. Oh, she said Western New York. I was thinking Eastern New York. Sorry about that. Yeah, Gus is right. I'm wrong. I was thinking Eastern New York because I'm going, yeah, New York is west. Yeah, Gus is right. 8 hours. Sorry about that, Laurel. Yeah, 8 hours. It's something that you'd probably want to find a place to stay overnight. Yeah, Gus is right. Sorry. I was thinking, because Albany's not Western New York. It's Eastern New York. So Eastern New York is about 4 hours. Western New York is about 8 hours, depending upon where you're at. Yeah. Gus is right. Gus says, love to meet you. Yeah, it'd be cool to have people in. I understand that we're way up here in the Northeast, but like I said, there's a handful of people easy that I can think of off the top of my head. I can't tell you their names, but they post up, and it's like, oh, one of the fellers posted up today. He's like, oh, I was at he was at Shaw's up in the Heights. I'm like, the Heights? I was in Concord? He's like, yeah. So he shot me off a message. He said, yeah, he met me at one of the liquor stores, at the state liquor stores up in the area here. He was there one day, and I was there, and it's like, hey. And I said, I don't remember. His profile picture has a beard, and I guess he doesn't have a beard now. And he said, yeah, we talked about whiskey. We talked about the Second Amendment, and since I open carry versus concealed carry. Talked about all sorts of stuff. You gave me a business card. I said, oh, it was a black one? It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, sorry. He even said, yeah, you got a silver SUV. Yeah, that's mine. A Zippy. He's like, yeah. It's like, oh, man, sorry about that. Because I told him, yeah, if you see me, I stand out. I'm easy to recognize. So, yeah, if you're in the area and you see me, by all means, say hey. So, yeah, he's met me and talked with me. So, yeah, you found out I was a pretty social guy. So, yeah. Gus says, me right? No way. No, this time you were right. I was mistaken. Oh, my God. John was wrong. Hey, it happens every once in a while. Mark it on your calendar. No, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hey, correct that shit fast. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. 4 hours from Western? Yeah, what I was thinking is New York is west of Vermont. You got to get through Vermont. So, yeah, no. Nope. You ain't going to do it in 4 hours. have to send my jet for you. You make it to Albany, and I'll send my invisible jet, the Cowboy's invisible jet, to fly you over. Laurel says, I would love to see everyone. And the biggest thing is, whenever everybody's met me in the past online, they know me online, and they meet me in person, they're like, shit, you're just like you are online. It's like, yeah, it's easier that way. Gus will tell you. Yeah, this is me. It's no different. It's just the way I am. It's easier that way. Man, don't put on a persona out there. Just be yourself. I always get kicked out. You're just like you are online. Yes. But better looking. No, I'm better looking online. Laurel says, I like to drive. Yeah, it's not so much that it's a rough drive. It's a nice drive. It's a really nice drive. It's just long. And it's not something from where you're heading to. It's not something that you want to do, head out in the morning and then come back at night. It's just, no. Ideally, it would be like a 2-night. You find a nice little inn someplace in the area. Drive down the day before. Spend the night. You're fresh in the morning. Go down to wherever it happens to be. I think Alton Bay is a good. What do you think, Gus? I think Alton Bay is probably about the best bet. And then spend the night, after you spent the day there, so that you're not worried about driving all night. Spend the night and then get up in the morning and drive back. Now, I understand that's 2 nights. So again, it's I understand people's finance. It's not always easy, and it's not doable. But I hate seeing people. It would really bother me, somebody pushing themselves and they wrap their car around a tree or something like that because they were tired and they fell asleep. It's not worth it. No. I talked to the missus about it. I say, yeah, there's enough people probably get a small get together. And she's like, yeah. And she doesn't like people. So she doesn't like people. You're probably fairly safe with the folks that follow my content. Because I ain't going to put up with shenanigans. Laurel says, my sister would be halfway. I thought your sister was in Western New York. You drove up from your place. Oh, your sister would be halfway, so it's like 8 hours to your sister and then 8 hours over into New Hampshire. Yeah. Because that's another thing. You'd probably want to go from New Hampshire back to your sister and then stay there a night and then drop back home. I don't know. You're a big girl. My days of, I used to, man, I could drive from like Concord to South Bend, Indiana in one shot. Wow. So I think that's like a 18 to 21 hour drive, something like that. I wouldn't want to do it now. I mean, I could probably do it if I had to, but I wouldn't want to do it. Laurel says, I drive fast to see her. I drive leisurely when I'm seeing new places. Yeah, and from Western New York, especially when you get to the Vermont border, you're not going to want to push it. It's pretty pretty. It's pretty pretty. It's quite pretty. There we go. Just don't stop. Gus says, I will vouch for John. He is not an axe murderer. Yeah. Yeah, you can trust him. Now he's a chainsaw. Oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, we'll see about it. We'll see about it. See what happens. I didn't have enough people in the general area to worry about it. Laurel says, I have a crazy ass sister in Rowe, Massachusetts. It's beautiful, but way too liberal. Yeah. Yeah, and Vermont's beautiful, but way too hicky. Boy, they got some, man. Well, you drive through Vermont, it's like Beverly Hillbilly house after Hillbilly house. Unless you're in the tourist areas. And they've got some beautiful towns, but everything in between is, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Love driving the twisties, though. I love driving through Vermont. Love driving through New Hampshire. New Hampshire's a little better because it's less hillbilly than Vermont. Plus, I'm here. I've got to get to Vermont before I drive in Vermont. So it's a trip to get to Vermont. It's gonna be about 2 hours before I get there, and then I got to drive. We used to do that though. We used to drive shoot down to southern New Hampshire, drive southern Vermont, shoot across the state, drive up the west coast, west side of the state, then go sort of central because you can go into the center valley area, and then keep going north and then go west again back to like Lake Champlain. Oh, beautiful areas. I remember the first time the missus saw it. Like, is that the lake? It looks like an ocean. Yeah, it's pretty big. And go on up to Burlington. And you can catch a bite to eat up in there, and then you just head the highway back across the state diagonally. Get it fast. Then you're slow driving the rest of the day, but you're a good 4 or 5 hours away from home easy from Burlington. Long day. Used to do that. Nice drive. Everybody's quiet. My eyes are getting tired. Heavy. Got to watch what those Vikings are doing. And those Vikings are screwing everybody. It's like, man, I forgot how much they were screwing everybody. Laurel says Alton Bay is 16 hours from your house. Yeah, that's 8 and 8. Yep. Gus, I don't think Gus said. Do you think that would be a good place, Gus, Alton Bay? Pretty much everybody's going to have to drive there, but I think it's a good location. And it's free. We don't have to pay for parking. You just got to plan on a day they've got nothing going on there because, man, it fills up quick. Especially if they're having they have like flea markets and craft fairs and stuff up there. Craft fairs, not flea markets, craft fairs. Really nice, but hard to find parking. He says, no clue, don't remember what's there. No, it's just... You got the public park to the east side of the bay, and you're set up a little bit above the water itself, and you got the picnic tables, and then you got a building there, and then to the other side you got restaurants and stuff. I got swimming area. Kids can go swimming. That's just off the top of my head what would probably be a good place. Easy to get to. Pretty to look at. I mean, there's plenty of parks. I mean, there's parks in Concord. There's other places we could go, and definitely room enough for people, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out if we get it going. We shall see. Ah, my hand. My daughter's boyfriend shook my hand the other night, and he's not a strong guy. But man, hurt the hell out of my hand. I guess the arthritis, the last two knuckles, last two fingers. And he didn't allow me to get the thumb crotch to thumb crotch. I hate that. Let me get in there before you start squeezing my hand. Squeeze my fingers, and just the last two knuckles, man. It's like I didn't let on like it hurt. It hurt. It hurt something fierce. Just don't invite Daniel. Daniel's not invited. Daniel. Yeah, he's not invited. But yeah, it's not always like that, but just every once in a while, it just gets arthritis or something. And just my right hand, not my left hand. left hand's fine. Left hand's the hand I got to cut the shit out of. You've all seen the scars. But yeah, my right hand. Happens. I can walk now. day after working in Vermont, man, my ass and my thighs, not used to squatting all day. Squatting all day using the chainsaw will do something for you. Laurel says, do you have any broken bones in that hand? I think maybe. I think I did a bone chip on my pinky knuckle here. I'm trying to think. I think I had a bone chip in it. No full-on broken bones, but yeah, I think I chipped the knuckle in my pinky back probably 35, 40 years ago. Hitting something. Gus says, I tend to judge a guy by how he shakes my hand. People do, but I don't try to squeeze people's hands. I don't. And I don't like it when a woman clamps down on my hand, because I'm not going to clamp down on her hand. I've had some women clamp down on my hand. It's like, oh, now you're going to think I'm a fucking pussy. No, because I'm not clamping down on your hand. Trust me. I don't feel right clamping on a woman's hand. I'll give a man a vigorous shake, but I'm not the kind that's going to just let me take your hand and it's going to be a nice casual handshake. It's not. But yeah, and I hate it when they just when somebody goes to shake your hand and then before I get, what do you call it? Thumb crotch? When your thumb crotches aren't locked and they start to squeeze your hand, it's like, I'm not fucking ready. You're just squeezing the shit out of my fingers. Let me get my hand in there. Slow down. Slow down. And then give each other a hearty handshake. No, don't be squeezing the hell out of my fingers. See, my fingers look long and thin. And I always think, man, I got skinny fingers. Not really. I got big hands. They look thin, but I got big hands. Or like a wet noodle. Yeah, I don't like wet noodles. Unless you're a gal. I'll shake your hand and you're a wet noodle, that's fine. But yeah, just don't let me get in there and be solid with you. Yeah. I think I've shooken Gus's hand. I can't imagine I haven't. Judy says, laughing my ass off. Stop it. The intricacies of the handshake. But yeah, man, sometimes those last two fingers just hurt like hell. Hurt like hell. Did the other day. I was like, what the hell? I don't know what the hell it is. Fine today. They feel okay. Judy says, I had B. I don't know what B is. We did a long while ago. Yeah, I mean, I don't generally do it every single time if I'm over. See you quite often. And I know before the missus's father died, he had gout. So I'd go in. I always shook his hand before when I came in, before I left. And he'd like, look, take it easy. Take it easy. Like, okay, it's not a problem. Judy said, I had no idea there was so much to shaking. Oh, there's, oh yeah. No, a handshake, it freaking matters. How you shake a hand. Also, whether or not you're coming over the top with your other hand. Whether you're pulling in or whether you're keeping your distance. Trump has a habit. See, they've analyzed this. He likes to grab your hand and then pull you into his body. Whether you're doing it up like this, whether you're doing it like this, whether you're the top or whether you're the bottom. Here you go. If you go to shake somebody's hand, Vladimir Putin's good on this. He'll come in over the top and he'll grab your hand like this. So his is on the top and you're horizontal and your hand is in a subservient position. Oh, there is so much to a handshake. How strong you grip. If you grip too tight, that's not good. That's not good. You need to be firm. You're a man. But if you're trying to wrestle the other person, you're trying to hurt them, you're just an asshole. You're overcompensating. You don't need to do that. But you have to be present. But you want equal. Match the other person. Straight up and down. I usually go straight up and down. I don't usually do the power plays. I don't do that. I don't need to do that. The same way as I'm a tall guy. I'll sit down when I can. Gus will tell you, very seldom do I ever stand right next to him. I'll back away or I'll go and I'll sit down. That's why, because I'm not standing over him. If there's a hill, I'll take a short side of the hill. Unless I want to. See, I know how to play the game, and I alleviate a lot of stuff. But yeah, the handshake. There's an art to the handshake. Yes. I'll stand. You'll notice that, Gus. I stand a little closer with you when you're standing on your stoop. Yeah, but if we're just out standing, I'll back off or I'll sit down. This is what I do. I know I'm tall, so. Yes, nothing is by accident. You go, damn. You think about it. Yes, I think about everything. Nothing is an accident. We talked about that on some of the chats online today about communicating and how the art of communication is being lost, and it is. And Gus says he's very observant. Yeah, nothing's by chance. Or you'll see I'll lean up against something, and when I'm leaning up against something, I've actually reduced my height by about 6 inches. It's like, shit, that's why you're leaning up against the car. Yes, it reduces my height by about 6 inches. But, there's, especially in person, online and text, you can't see, and I write exactly. I'm not ambiguous. I don't have any hidden meanings. I say I post what I'm going to do, but most people don't. But in person, there's so much. There's micro expressions in the face. There's twitches in the body. There's orientations. There's all sorts of stuff that goes into how we communicate as a species. It has nothing to do with what's coming out of our mouth. Wayne says, I just saw where a friend of mine shared your pronoun post from my sharing of my profile. Oh, good. Good. Like I said, the numbers are on our side. The other side is just annoying. It's just annoying. The vast majority of people that saw that they know what I was talking. They agree. They're tired of the hogwash. And I wasn't bombastic in it. But yeah. Interpersonal communication skills. Wayne's like, huh? Hey, I know. Yes, interpersonal communication skills. And there's you learn about human nature and human psychology, and you know how to guide things and to mitigate issues and make people feel comfortable. And yeah. It's like I always like to give people a way out, too. Even in arguments, I'll try to give them a way out. If they don't want to take it, okay. And then we'll go at it. But no. Save face. Give them a way out. Too many people take that as a sign of weakness, though. It's like, oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. If you interpret my actions either online or in person as a sign of weakness, you've missed the big picture. You've missed the big picture. And I hate passive aggressive behavior. I'd rather deal with an asshole. Just come right out with it. I hate passive aggressive behaviors. That's pussy shit. Stop it. You want to tussle? We'll tussle. Stop this passive aggressive crap. Oh, that shit annoys me. Not that just being an asshole doesn't annoy me, but yeah, passive aggressive really, really annoys me. And don't say something to me online that you wouldn't say to my face. And I know a lot of people go, no, I'd say it to your face. Bullshit. I live in the real world and people don't talk to me like that. They don't talk to me like, and it's not like I go around and I puff my chest and I stomp around like I'm the head bull. That's not what I do. It's not what I do. But people don't talk to me like that. I tend to be nice to folks. Till I'm not. Peggy says, I'm tired now, so good night all, and thank you, John. You're most welcome, Peggy. Sorry I was a little fired up today. Not as bad as some nights, but thank you for joining the show. Laurel says, good night, Peggy. Oh, it's 10. Excuse me, coffee again. Oh, did I say what we had tonight? We have toasted southern pecan from Cameron's Coffee. I got so excited I don't think I even said it. Toasted southern pecan from Cameron's Coffee. The missus just had an order brought in, got a big bag in. She couldn't find it. All the places were sold out, even her places online. She couldn't get it. So she finally found it again, had some shipped in to us. Toasted southern pecan from Cameron's Coffee. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, if we have a gathering, I'll make sure there's plenty of bushes for Donna to hang around in. You're like, what? Anybody listening to the show now is going to... No, Donna and Gus like to hide in the virtual bushes and watch the show. Judy says, yummy. Yo, it's good. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. But we ran out some time ago, and she hadn't been able to get another bag of it. So she got a big bag. It's like, she's like, she told me that yesterday. Oh, we're out driving. She's like, oh, I got the toasted southern pecan. It's coming in. It's like, oh, okay, good. It arrived today. So I opened it up, and then before the show, she's like, I'm going to make you some toasted southern pecan ice cream, coffee. And I said, damn right you are. Gus says not always, but sometimes it's fine. Yeah. Find out whether we're talking shit about you, Gus. He goes, yeah, it's going to happen. It's just what and when. Gus is our little pot stirrer. Likes to cause problems. comes running in, pings at shit, and then runs off, giggling, watching the shitstorm rise up. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. Try to get back to the show at some other time and just hit a comment underneath it. Helps the algorithms. See you on Facebook. I'll have to decide whether I close that down to established followers or not. I'll have to see. A lot of it's probably going to depend on how much crap is there tonight. Gus says, I do enjoy it. He does. He does. He does. Goodness gracious. Well, y'all, thank you for showing up, being a part of the show, listening to me rant and rave. Well, I hit the thumbs up. Why haven't y'all? Yeah, people, hit that thumbs up. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification icon. Bing, bing, bing. And get here Sunday. Sunday is the next show. Same time, same place. But again, I'll be on Facebook all that time. So just keep jumping in. Keep jumping in. Say hey. Like my comments on Facebook. Say hey on my comments or something. Share the comments. It matters. Boost that algorithm. The more it gets out, the more it gets out. It's part of the Pareto distribution. You're not familiar with it? Look it up. We talked about it on the show. Gus says, good night, everyone. Have a great start of your week. Yeah, you too. And yeah, that was smart of you and Sally staying up there for one more day. Traffic was terrible today. Oh, it was horrible. It wasn't too bad, but still more than you'd expect on the back roads. It's leaf peeping season, so everybody's out there. And I don't get it. Leaf peeping season and everybody's driving like maniacs. What the hell's up with that? You'd think they'd be driving slow. No, they're driving fast. Judy says, good night, y'all. Good night, Judy. Good night, Laurel. Good night, Wayne. Mr. Wayne. Wayne's World. We're all a part of Wayne's World. Wayne says, good evening. Have a good week, everyone. Indeed. Hopefully this is going to be a better week than we've had. I'm going to get off here and check on Facebook and clean up any messes that's there and close down for the night. Now, see you bright and early in the morning. Again, thank you. Hey, Donna. Thank you all for joining in on the show. And I will see you online. God bless and take care.